hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today is the 11th day of Vlogmas, and I really hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas so far and the content I have been creating for Vlogmas this year. As I've mentioned previously, I've also created a playlist for Vlogmas which I have linked down in the description below if you've missed out on any of Vlogmas or you want to catch any of the other videos. So today we are on day 11, as I mentioned, and we are going to be talking about today a gift guide for him. So men can be incredibly difficult to shop for depending on whom they are, whether they're your, if they're dads, uncles, granddads, cousins, brothers, sons, non-binary folk, whatever way you find yourself shopping for them. So I have tried to compile a list today, a gift guide for some cool, fun and interesting presents you can get for them that aren't the stereotypical and the standard. Or maybe some of them are and I'm just behind the times, I don't know. But anyway, I tried to kind of think a little bit out of the box, kind of rely somewhat on tradition of gifts that are bought for, men and males and our non-binary friends, of course. And I want to share that with you today. I hope you guys enjoy it and I hope you pick up a few hints and tips along the way. And if you have any other suggestions, drop them in the comments down below. Okay, so I'm going to get started with number one. This was actually a really interesting thing that I found that I wasn't even aware was a thing until I was doing research for this video. So I actually found out that you can get, this will also appeal to some women as well, but I think in the majority it's targeted anyway in the way it's advertised towards men. So you can actually get a beer subscription pack. Basically it works like a lot of subscriptions. There's a monthly fee, they post you out beer essentially. So there's different ones. You can get like trying different world beers. You can get like trying different types like IPAs and lagers and all that kind of thing. There's ones where you can get like specific companies do them, so you can get like their version of stout, their, as I said, their lagers, their IPAs, their different types of beers. I'm not really a beer drinker, so I'm gonna have a limited knowledge of the terminology with beer. But yeah, so there's a beer subscription. So you pay a monthly subscription. Every month they get to try a new beer or a new country. So it could be, say, like Belgium, and they'll get like small samples of Belgian beers or German beers. And apparently there's a couple of companies, because there's a lot of these small breweries and brew companies that are setting up around the world pretty much. Like you've got companies like Brewdog. In Ireland we have what's it called, Wicklow Wolf. There's dozens of them. There's hundreds of countries. A lot of them make IPAs basically. If they make an IPA, they're probably one of those micro breweries is the word. So a lot of them popping up, and a lot of them now are actually offering kind of like a subscription service as well, where you can book in and once a month you come in and try their new stuff. But also they're doing this beer subscription where they post you out beers every month. Now obviously you have to be over the legal drinking age in your country, which is 18 in most of Europe and 21 I think in the United States. Canada I think you're 18 as well, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so obviously within the realm of that they have to be of legal drinking age. I think that'd be a really nice gift, and there's a lot of men I think out there and people in general who would like to try that. And they just get to try different varieties, and I think Pilsner is another one. They get to try different varieties and types of beers and drinks, and if that's what they're into. I think that's a really, really interesting way to look at it. And another one that kind of ties into that but is slightly different is spirits. There's another company as well that does spirits subscription. So they'll do like gins, vodkas, rum, tequila, so on and so forth. Liqueurs, that's the other one. I couldn't think there was another big one, but they'll send you out different ones every month. You generally with a lot of these subscription packets you do a quiz where you fill out a form at the start and they ask you like your flavour preferences or what kind of flavours you like, and you know what I mean, what like type do you prefer, white spirits, do you prefer coloured spirits, obviously like your white rum, your Caribbean rum, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that could be a really nice idea, especially if you're someone who knows somebody who's really kind of into that kind of thing, like trying out new beers and new drinks. Or I also thought it'd be a really good gift for if you know someone that's travelled a lot and they've come home now and they've been home for a while, especially a lot of people who travel all the time during the pandemic were home, and a lot of them have stayed home now. That could be a nice experience for them to kind of try beers and spirits from around the world. and possibly from places they've been to before to kind of bring back memories and something they maybe would enjoy. And again, they do different, like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, that kind of thing, tasters, samplers, and all the kind of subscriptions are available. I thought that'd be a nice one. Another one I'm finding something that's becoming really big that I haven't really seen before, or maybe it's been there and I just haven't seen it because it wasn't advertised to me, I don't know, but is grooming sets for men. There's a lot of them. There's like beard sets, there's hair sets, there's other grooming sets. We're not going to get into it. You know what I mean. But anyway, they're becoming really popular nowadays. And I know initially all that kind of stuff, grooming, especially self-care, was mainly targeted to women in the last, like for forever pretty much. But in the last couple of years, it's a lot more being targeted towards men as well, because there is a lot of men out there who I think actually struggle to get some of the stuff that they wanted, like, for grooming purposes, because a lot of it was made for women, like, you know, that kind of way. But it's becoming much more popular now. I know, like with razors, especially like electric stuff, beard care, to maintain your beard now, not just to get rid of it. Like there's beard oils, there's lotions, there's creams, there's waxes, there's all of the products. I don't have a beard, I'm not an expert. But that kind of stuff, and I think that's become really popular. And male hair care and male skin care is becoming incredibly popular as well. And it's not just like women who are, you know, using it now, because I know for like a very long time it was like women who, you know, the skincare kits were for women and the hair care was for women, and women were the only ones who apparently needed to take care of themselves. Now that's a whole bigger discussion that we're not going to have right now, but it's becoming much more popular for male self-care is what I'm saying in this space. And there's a lot of sets coming out now, all different price points, but you know, and they're not just like, you know, here's a shower gel and deodorant, but they're much more detailed, much more customized. Again, you can buy a voucher, they do a survey. There's one crowd that I'm trying to think of and I can't remember the name of them for the life of me. If you've been on YouTube or TikTok in the last 6 months, you've probably seen the advert. But basically you have to fill out a Lumen, I can't remember the name. Anyway guys, you fill out, it's for males, male people, men people, or whatever, you know what I mean. What you call her, and they basically fill out a survey or a questionnaire, and they get personalised skincare / beard care / hair care kind of stuff in a pack kind of thing. But anyway, that's just becoming really popular. I think that's a really good gift for him for Christmas. So the next stuff is, oh yeah, so the thing I was looking into as well is experiences are really good. Now this can apply for, you know, any gender, any binary, non-binary person, anything like that. But I know the ones I kind of saw advertised were kind of more male targeted, if you want to call them that. But there were experience days, and it was like, oh, have an experience day. They had stuff like driving race car NASCARs on, there's a place in Ireland called Mondello Park. They do like a lot of it's car racing essentially. But you can do like an experience there, testing out particular cars and NASCAR and all that kind of stuff. There's also a stunt driving school. They have day experiences that you can get vouchers for as well. There's flying lessons. There's go and do a flight, like just like a day. It's not like an official lesson, but you can go and fly a plane and all that kind of stuff. There seems to be like a lot of experience, like a day out kind of experience. There was loads of them. Mainly targeted at men. There was some for women as well, but a lot of them were like a skill, like, and a lot of them were to do with machinery. Which seems to be a common theme with men's gift experiences, cars, planes, that kind of thing. But yeah, there was loads of cool stuff like that, so that might be something to look into for his experiences, especially if you have a man in your life who's into, you know, automotive vehicles or whatever. That could be really good. But I just thought that was a nice kind of thing. Now, I will tell you that the experiences are on the pricier side. Some of them are, one or two of them I saw were upwards of 150, like, which is a lot. You can get them in around 70, 80. I think there's one for 50, but it was like 35 minutes, so it was like not even a point. But they do land on the pricier end of things. But something to look into, and also I would refer, as I know I've mentioned in a previous video, Groupon. Groupon is great for stuff like that, for getting really big discounts on them. So that might be something to look out for. Another thing as well, I did mention this I think on a previous video. I think I mentioned on one of the first gift guide videos I did this year for Vlogmas, and that was about MasterCard, or Masterclass should I say. Masterclass is unreal. It's all like the top professionals of stuff in the world teaching classes, and they're doing a deal at the moment which is buy or gift one get one. So you buy a subscription and then for somebody else as a gift, and then they'll give you one for free. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if you want to buy yourself and you need a reason to buy it for somebody else and you get it for free. So technically you're getting it for half price. But anyway, they've loads. Like, you can learn cooking from Gordon Ramsay. You can learn filmmaking from Martin Scorsese and Ron Howard. There's photography on it. There's writing. There's filmmaking. Shonda Rhimes, I think, just screenwriting. There's so many, guys. Like, I literally mean there's hundreds. When I started on it, there was like maybe, I think, 8 or something when it launched. And what I did was I bought one class. Like, you used to like buy a master class. Now I can get an upgrade now. I haven't done it yet, but I'm still thinking about it. But like, I think it works out around €16 a month for the annual subscription for it. But if you buy the annual, you can like buy the individual classes. I don't know if you can still do that, but when I got them, you could buy individual classes and you just pay for that class and you have it forever. Whereas the subscription, obviously, you have to maintain. But I know with the subscription, once you pay the subscription, you have access to the entire library, as far as if I'm correct in saying so. You have access, and I mean, like, there is like dozens, hundreds probably of courses from the top people in the world. Like, insane. Really, really good. And the courses are not like 10 minutes, they're like 4 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Like, they're really, really good. And they're interactive. Some of them have like workbooks and stuff. But masterclass is something I'd recommend for literally anybody. I don't know about for kids. I'm not really aware of what they have for kids. I'm sure they have a section, but for anyone who is an adult, I would highly recommend masterclass. There's something for pretty much everybody on it. But yeah, that's something I would highly recommend as a gift for Christmas. But I will say, it is expensive, so consider that. I even say that expensive is the wrong word. It's very, for what you get out of it, it's fantastic. But it is, well, I suppose it is expensive. It's a lot of money for the courses. Okay, so the next one is, oh yeah, coffee subscription. So do you remember saying like the beer and the wine subscriptions? They're doing them now for coffee. So you've got companies obviously like Nespresso that do them. So I know Nespresso have a deal now that if you buy a coffee machine and you sign up to the subscriptions, you get like a load of free coffee pods, or they occasionally do a deal where you pay like €5 for the coffee machine and you sign up for the subscription for like a certain amount of time, and you have to buy like a certain amount of pods every month, and then the machine's like free or something, or it's like €5 or something like that. But then there's also these kind of smaller coffee roast houses, you know, that are popping up a lot more. Like they're kind of like, they kind of work within the realm similar to the microbrewery, but they're micro roasters basically. And there's a lot of them popping up. They have been for several years now, and a lot of them do subscriptions or do like, you know, you can go to their cafe or whatever once every month or once every 3 months and do like a tasting. You can get them, they send out different coffees each month, and I think some of them, the bigger companies who do the coffee subscriptions, will offer you either whole bean coffee, ground coffee, and they can also make it, I think, in Nespresso or K-Cup or whatever your coffee machine pod is. They can make it available in that. Some of the bigger ones. I'm here with Mr. Baby. He is in his Christmas coat. He is Mr. Santa Paws. That is his official Christmas name. But yeah, so I think coffee's a really good one, and it's something I think that a lot of people drink. That could also be said as well for tea. If you're someone who drinks tea, there's companies out there who do the tea one as well. I know that for sure. And I think there's a couple of companies who offer hot chocolate as well, if that's kind of the thing you're into. If it's someone who's into, you know, hot beverages. Some people hate hot beverages, and that's fine. But I think the coffee one's really nice because it's something that, you know, you can enjoy all the time. Like, obviously with the alcohol and stuff, you're kind of, you know, you're probably going to be having it the weekends or at night. You're not going to be having it, probably not going to be having it early in the morning if you're working or whatever. But the coffee is something that you can enjoy and you can share with everybody. And share with your friends and family, and you know, it's just a really good experience. I absolutely love coffee, so that's why I'm like pro the coffee one. But yeah, so the next one I have is gift cards. So, you know, obviously there's your standard gift cards. So there's the clothes shops, the shoe shops, the sports shops, you know, standard gift cards, you know, cinema tickets, gift cards, you know, trips away. And I was thinking as well, if you have a big sports fan in your family, stuff like, you can get gift cards for places like the big huge teams do them. I know here in Europe anyway, I don't know about I'm sure they have some kind of thing in the United States or in North America, but I'm sure like for the hockey and the football and basketball and baseball and all the other sports, I'm sure they have them for their, you know, like their matches and fights, plays, etc. I covered a lot of sports there very, very quickly. Their game, I think a lot of the game in North America, you got a lot of them games, and in Canada, I know in America anyway, but here we'd call them more matches than anything else. So like places like Manchester United, Chelsea Football Club, Everton, Arsenal, Liverpool, all these huge clubs, a lot of them in the UK, they do vouchers for like days out in their stadium. You can go and get a stadium tour. They have gift shops, you know, the kind of way they do special experiences if you go to their stadium. Now, a lot of them aren't available if they've like museums and stuff like that. Obviously, they're not available on match day and stuff like that. But a lot of them do deals for matches. And if you have a sports fan as well, I would highly recommend to you as well to look into the corporate dining. A couple of years ago, a friend of mine got me, I was big into rugby at the time, a friend of mine got me corporate tickets, and it actually wasn't like insanely expensive. Like the tickets I think were, like the normal tickets we'll say were like 40 or 50, 35, 40 maybe for the match tickets, and I think the corporate hospitality was maybe 55 or 60, and that included like seating in the corporate area, a meal, a drink I think, and like there's the assigned seating that's just for the corporate area for like to watch the actual match. So I really enjoyed that. Was really cool. I think there were an extra maybe 10 or 20 euro on top of like the match ticket, which I thought was really good, and it was a really interesting experience. And I got to meet the team after as well, which was nice. And they were all lovely people. But yeah, that was like a really interesting experience. But you can get gift vouchers, stuff like that, because that's what I got. I got a gift voucher for that. But so that sports is really, really good. If that's what they're into. If they're into theatre or shows, then the same thing applies. Another thing as well that I thought of was TV subscriptions, and I know I've mentioned it previously, but I'm going to say it again, because I've done my research and I've actually found out you can get TV subscriptions. Now, a lot of you may already know, so I didn't know this, but you can get TV subscriptions for things like ESPN. So if you don't have that normally, you can get that. In Europe, that'd be, well, Ireland and the UK anyway, there's stuff like you can get just Sky Sports. I know you can get just Sky Sports, but you can also get ESPN in Europe as well. You can get access to that through a subscription service. Then you got like the movies, the movie channels. Obviously you have your Netflix. And then I'm going to say this, and I mean nothing by saying this is on the men's gift guide. To be honest, these are things that I would absolutely love, but I think in the overall majority, there's more men that I know that would appreciate this than women I know, but there is an equal number, I think, of men and women who would both enjoy this. And again, let me clarify, there is no gender disparity between my gifts. It's just more different types of gift guides for different people, and people, you know what I mean, who more prefer stuff. We're generalising a lot, guys, basically. It's just to kind of break up the gifts guides. Rather than making one long video that's like 40 minutes, and then I tell you so much information that you get to the end of it and you're more confused than when you started. Sorry guys, my allergies are just flaring. My apologies. Anyway, so a really nice gift card that I came across is they do gift cards for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, and Microsoft. So originally, I know with a lot of them you could get like, if you got a voucher you could like buy a game or whatever, which is cool. But now a lot of them actually extend to their subscription services. So on the systems that they have available, there's PlayStation Plus, which is for PlayStation, gives you access to all their library of games, their old games, all that kind of stuff. And I think cloud storage, cloud save kind of thing. There is Xbox Game Pass. It's pretty much the same thing, but it's for Xbox with Microsoft and obviously Xbox. Then there's Nintendo Switch Online, which gives you cloud saving and all that kind of stuff. And they also have now an upgrade now, which is Nintendo Switch Plus expansion, so you can get expansions for games as well included in that. There's like an annual fee for that. So you can now use the gift cards for them, because I remember before, like, it's probably a few years ago now, I haven't actually used them myself, but from what I heard, I know previously when you bought the vouchers for Nintendo, Xbox and PlayStation, you could buy Nintendo, Xbox and PlayStation games on your console, but that was all you could do. You couldn't use it for a subscription. I don't know why, but I know when a lot of the subscriptions started, that was a thing. but now they've changed, which is really good. So if you're someone who's on a subscription each year, you can now, you know, maybe miss a month having to pay for your subscription with the voucher if you want to give someone that. And a lot of people who are gamers like that. Also, if you're someone who's buying someone this year for Christmas a new console, a Switch or an Xbox, or if you're a blessed person who was able to get their hands on a PS5, be aware that a lot of these newer consoles do require these online subscription services. Now, you can absolutely by all means play without them, but if you want to play, if your, you know, partner, child, whatever, wants to play with friends, family members, stuff like that, a lot of them need access to online play, which in a lot of cases requires subscription services. So that might be something to look into if you are buying a console for someone this year. But those vouchers are available, even if you want to just give them 3 months access to try it out. Some of them do either, like, you know, 10 or 20 or like monthly vouchers. Some of them also offer 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 9 month as an alternative option if that's something you'd be interested in. And you just pay whatever the amount is then for that amount of subscription length, basically. Another big present, I think, that's really good, again for any gender, but I know particularly there's a few more guys I know who have asked for this than anybody else, would be headphones. So you've got stuff like the AirPods, the Apple AirPods, there's the Apple AirPods Plus. No, not Plus, the Apple AirPods Pro, which are, do I have them here on me? I don't have them on me, I have AirPods, I have 3rd generation AirPods, I love my AirPods, I think they're the best things in sliced bread. I got the ones with the wireless charging case, I have them, I don't know. I got them a good while ago anyway, a good few months ago now. So there's those, they're just the little in-ear headphones. There's the AirPods, there's the AirPods Pro. Is that what they're called, the AirPods Pro? And they have like the, you know, that rubber tip they put on the headphones, and they have them. If you're into that, they really hurt my ears, so I don't use them, but they're available as well. Again, I will try and pop links to everything in the description box down below for anything I mentioned in the videos. Okay guys, I'll try, and if there's any particular thing that you want to know more information about, you want to link to and I haven't put it down, let me know and I will drop it. And if I forget for whatever reason to do information in the description box down below, like a list, please let me know and I will absolutely correct it. I say that because I'm doing a lot of videos in quick succession. So I've never done 24 videos in a row before, like across 24 days, so I may miss something, so let me know if I make a mistake. Anyway, the other ones as well is, what are they called? I can't remember the name of them exactly. I thought they may be called AirPods Pro. They're the new, or headphones Pro. They're basically the new Apple headphones. They're over-ear headphones. They're like €650 for the pair of headphones. Now if that's what you're into, you by all means. I love Apple, okay? I'm team Apple over here. I love Apple. Big fan of Apple. Huge fan of Apple. But that, I don't know how they can justify that. But, you know, if that's what you want, go for it. Another thing to note as well, you know, Beats headphones, everybody has, I think, well, a lot of people have heard of Beats. Everybody who's into kind of audio has owned Beats at some stage. And Beats were bought over by Apple several years ago. So be aware as well, if you're buying Beats, look out for deals on them. Apple do deals on them throughout the year with, you know, you get a free pair of Beats if you buy an iMac or iPad or whatever. So if you are buying anything like that, keep an eye out for stuff like that. There's a lot of good brands out there. You've got people like Bose and Sennheiser, huge brands for audio. And I know people out there will be like, oh, they're too expensive, and they won't even go into their shops because they seem really expensive. But I would highly recommend going into especially Bose. The staff and they're incredibly helpful. They're really nice. Sennheiser as well, exceptional brand. A lot of the audio industry use Sennheiser as well. And you will find, like, yes, they have the really high-end stuff that costs so much money, and like the industry standard stuff, but they also do variations in between that. So I would highly recommend and suggest looking at that kind of stuff, because they make some really good stuff. And I know people who I know who got the I can't remember the name of the head. Can you just guys give me 1 second? I'll tell you the exact name of the headphones. Okay, yes, grand. Sorry, guys. So they're called the AirPods Max. That's what they're called. Giant things. I've seen people buying them, they wouldn't go into Bose and Sennheiser and they would get a better quality. Possibly, I don't know, I haven't tried them. But you get similar quality or whatever from Bose and Sennheiser as well. So look around. If you want really high-end stuff, that's the stuff to go for. Bose, Sennheiser, very, very good stuff. I can highly recommend them. I've used both of them in the past. I don't know if I've mentioned it previously. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I really don't remember. But I did film and TV production in college. So I kind of used a lot of that kind of different audio equipment and stuff like that. In the past I've tried out a lot of it. So Bose and Sennheiser are good. They are very good. Bose are pricey, I will give you that. They are pricey, but they are very good quality stuff. But anyway, this is not a video about headphones, but I just wanted to say there's a huge variety. You can get Sonys for 50 quid that sound amazing, you know what I mean? Look into it, do research, especially getting with audio and tech. I would recommend doing your research. There's loads, so there's a variety of everything. If you go into an electronics shop, in some cases you'll get a pair of JVC headphones that were €50 that will sound just as good as the €500 box. Try them on. If you can go into a shop and if you have the ability to do so, try them on, test them out yourself, or get the person who you're getting them for to come with you and test them out where that's, you know, applicable and appropriate. But I think headphones are a really good one, a really popular one, and I think most people appreciate them. And it's, I think, within today's world, with the amount of technology we all use, and we're all on our phones all the time, and our iPads and computers and everything, it's such an everyday part of life. I think headphones are a very good investment for anyone, for a gift, really. So I'm going to move on, because I was long enough on that now. Another thing as well is a gym membership voucher would be a really good. Now, specifically what I mean by that is I don't mean like go down to your local gym and go, here, there's a voucher for you. What I mean more by gym membership is there's a lot of specific gyms now for specific things. So if you have a significant other, partner, family member, child, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, whatever, who is into a particular sport, there's a lot of them opening up now, sport specific gyms. So like if you're into football, there's gyms that hugely focus on football. If you're into high performance running, there's gyms for that. There's a lot more kind of sport specific gym facilities and sports facilities opening up like that. So I thought maybe that could be a nice gift to get vouchers for them to try them out. A lot of gyms offer like samplers, teasers, tasters, you know what I mean? Before you join up, sign onto a gym for a year or whatever the ridiculous contract is with the obscene sign up fee. In a lot of them, they let you come in for a day or a week. Some of them even give you a month free before to try it out. But I think that's a really nice thing. Like obviously you have your standard gym with your treadmills and your, you know, ellipticals and your weight section and maybe a swimming pool, possibly. Some of them do, some of them don't. But now more and more nowadays, people are getting more specific gyms are becoming available. Like you have stuff like, you know, your CrossFit. But I think stuff like that is a really good thing to do. And this time of the year, they're generally doing really good deals because obviously the real rush they get is in January. And a lot of people are joining up to the gym and, you know, there is deals on, but I think you get the better deals before Christmas. Because December is not the time people are joining a gym. People are saving their money for Christmas or for, you know, the holiday season. It's the end of the year. A lot of them have to pay tax. You know what I mean? It's not the time of year to be joining a gym. But it is the time of year you can get really good deals for like vouchers and trying out the gym and stuff like that. So that might be something to look into if you have a person who's big into sports, activities, exercise, fitness, that kind of thing. I think it would be a really, really good time to do that. And then the last one is just sports equipment. So if you have someone into football, maybe get them some footballs, a new net, you know, practice net, stuff like that. If you have someone into basketball, maybe get them a hoop, some new basketballs. For Christmas, same thing with like baseball. If you can get them those, what do you call them? They're the yokes that shoot the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go to the batting cages and then the machine shoots the ball, and I know the name of it and I can't think of it. You know what I mean? I know you can get domestic ones now. They have them for tennis as well. That could be a nice gift. Tennis balls, you know what I mean? If they're into badminton, you know, badminton rackets, that kind of thing. Sports equipment. If they're into sports, buy them specific sports. It's a really good time of the year around Christmas, just before Christmas. It's the one time actually you can get in most sports stores is their snow gear. Skiing, snowboarding, sledding, etc. A lot of that equipment comes in because a lot of that stuff you can't get the rest of the year. Like you can't get ski stuff once it kind of hits March. Well, in Europe you can, because that's kind of March into April is the end of the ski season here. So, but I think around Christmas as well is especially time for specific, if you're into specific activities or activities or hobbies and stuff. A lot of the stuff that is usually only say available in March or April is available again at Christmas, because obviously it's the gift giving season and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really good time to buy, but any kind of sports equipment and stuff like that. Now let me just double check, but I think that is everything I have for you today. So that is my top gift ideas for my gift guide for him. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you picked up a few hints and tips along the way. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, if you've any additional suggestions, hints, tips, anything like that, drop them in the comments down below. As a community, we do like to help each other out and give each other advice and suggestions and spread the knowledge and the information that will help everybody out. So I really hope that you guys are enjoying the Vlogmas content I've made so far. I hope you're having a great holiday season. You're looking after yourself. You're taking self-care and breaks when you need it. And you're enjoying yourself, not just making sure everybody else enjoys themselves, but taking time to enjoy yourself as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, a great weekend, a wonderful week ahead. I hope you'll be back tomorrow to check out our next Vlogmas video, and I will talk to y'all soon. Okay, love y'all. Bye.